Florida law enforcement agencies are increasingly cracking down on the fentanyl problem in our state.
10 Investigates Jennifer Titus found out what is being done and obtained exclusive video. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay at 6. I'm Carolina Lee.
And I'm Dave Wagner. This video has never been seen by the public, and it's making some wonder whether dealers are being arrested fast enough.
This was one of Melynda's favorite spots?
Yes, the park in Port Richey. She would come down here with all of her friends, hang out, walk Lila in a baby stroller, bring Julian to the park over there and play on the playgrounds. Her favorite flowers were forget-me-nots. She was a daughter, a mother, a sister, a granddaughter, an auntie, a friend. And now she's this. But we do hold her and we hug her. And it feels like a hug.
A hug that doesn't hug back, but the only hug Joanne Gibson can hold on to after her daughter Melynda passed away in 2018.
When the medical examiner's office called me, he said that Melynda's cause of death was fentanyl poisoning. And I said, fentanyl overdose. And I said, was there anything else, any heroin or anything else in her system? And he said no.
The 26-year-old,
she'd give you the shirt off her back.
mother of two,
She had a lot of heartache.
turned to drugs, her mom said, to cope with pain.
She went to her friend's house October 29th, 2018. They decided to purchase what they believed to be heroin. It turned out to be 100% pure fentanyl.
Do you think that she meant to take fentanyl that night?
No, not at all.
The latest data from the CDC shows fentanyl is the leading cause of death for Americans 18 to 45, surpassing suicide, COVID-19, and car crash-related deaths. Law enforcement and state leaders have put a focus on taking fentanyl off the street. This chart from FDLE shows they are testing more seized drugs now than they have in the past 5 years, an average turnaround time of 87 days. And that average time matters. Going back just a few years, look here, that number is smaller. And video 10 Investigates obtained raises questions about the speed in which authorities are arresting those accused of selling the deadly drug.
I don't want no sales charges. If the police, I'm got right now.
This is video taken in 2018. Investigators say it's a drug deal between an undercover law enforcement officer and suspect Michael Renka. But Renka wasn't arrested that day, despite what FDLE would later confirm to be a trafficking amount of fentanyl. 2 years later, Renka was arrested in Citrus County for possession of cocaine with the intention to deliver and sell. Even then, it wasn't for this initial undercover sting. Now fast forward to June 29th, 2020.
You're not in trouble just yet.
Deputies arrive on scene to a domestic disturbance call regarding Renka.
Is that your story?
Michael James Renka.
Hey, listen, you don't go to jail for arguing.
Man, look,
You don't
man,
go to
we
jail?
already know how
Michael,
this goes. The aggressor goes to jail.
But not for this domestic situation. Deputies had noticed the warrant for the 2018 sting. When we requested more information from the Pasco Sheriff's Office specifically about this case, wanting to know why it took so long to arrest him, they told us they are unable to comment because prosecution is pending, and told us in general there's multiple reasons as to why a case would take that long to make an arrest. For instance, an individual may be part of a larger investigation in which an immediate arrest may impact.
And in here are all the pictures of Melynda when she was little, Melynda and her daughter Lila, her son Julian, just memories.
Joanne just hopes Florida investigators get quicker with taking drug dealers off the streets so families like hers aren't left grieving.
There's no word for that. You have widow for a person who's lost a spouse, and there's no word for a parent that's lost a child.
And we did ask to speak with Sheriff Naco about arrest warrants related to drugs and if those are being made a priority. The Sheriff's Office sent us back another statement that says, in part, as Sheriff Naco has continually stated, addiction and mental health are healthcare issues, but often become a law enforcement issue. PSO continues to find ways to travel upstream with this challenge on the law enforcement end, but more community and healthcare resources are needed to fully address it. For more on what they and other sheriff agencies are doing, units they are forming to get these drugs off the street, head to 10tampabay.com/overdosed.